Well, 104 days to my daughter's wedding. Stopped off on historic Route 66, the Mother Road, to eat at a diner called the Old Route 66 Family Restaurant. Well, I'm stopping for dinner. I decided I'd go to Old Route 66, the Mother Road. Ended up in a town called Dwight, Illinois, and bumped into this gas station directly across the street from where I'm going to be eating. Found it interesting right off the gate, or right out of the gate, I apologize. And basically figured, well, I might as well take advantage of the opportunity because I'll probably never be back here. Chances are I'll never be back here. And this is called the Ambler Becker Station. Apparently it ran for 66 years on Old Route 66. Opened in 1933, closed in 1999 from what I've read, what I could find anyhow. And a very interesting place. So here's where I found that information. Ran from 66 years, 1933 to 1999. And Tubby Ambler, old Tubby Ambler, owned the business from 54 to 66. And apparently he ran the place, the Beckers did, and turned it into this roadside attraction. So this is pretty cool. Piece of Americana on Old Route 66. Historic Route 66. But yeah, really cool place. Got off the back roads. My wife and I took the back roads here, kind of see what's going on. Yeah, you really can't see through the window. A little bit maybe. But it's a roadside attraction, museum of sorts. Got the old gas pumps out here. Loved to have been able to get here when this was open, but unfortunately wasn't the case. So yeah, looks really cool inside. And Fire Chief gasoline. Really wild place. Fire Chief gasoline. Apparently this was an old house at one point, an old cottage house. Also, I read that on a different sign. But it was an active gas station until 1999. They were still pumping gas out of here. I apologize for the wind there. I didn't put my microphone on. But yeah, if you look inside there, you can see some old uniforms, some old candy on the shelf. That's really wild. A puzzle. That picture is a puzzle, the lower one. Coke machine. This is really wild. Monroe shocks. Yeah, the property has been placed on the National Historical Registry by the United States Department of Interior. So, yeah, really cool. Here's some historic recordings, which I'm not gonna take the time to play because I'm going to dinner. But anyhow, this is the Ambler Becker Station. Got the ladies' room right here. Woo! Ladies' room. And yeah, there you have it. So Ambler Becker Station right here in Dwight, Illinois. Alright, now the real reason I arrived at Dwight is I wanted to see the old Mother Road and hit old historic Route 66, America's 250th birthday. I know there are a lot of folks are going to take this run on YouTube, at least from what I've heard. But I really came here for one reason and one reason only. I'm going to eat dinner and again continue the trend of trying to find the best food for my diet while on the road. And I picked Old 66 Family Restaurant as the restaurant of choice. It was about an hour south of where we were staying up in Illinois. And found this place, and when I arrived I saw the Texaco station over there, and when I parked I saw this really cool mural, which is kind of hard to pick up, there's cars in front of it, but this is 100 years across America, 1926, and obviously this is 2026. So I thought this was pretty cool. That has nothing to do with me eating better, but other than the fact I'm going to go into their restaurant here. But this is a cool mural. I had to take the opportunity to document this for, as some people would say, prosperity. And anyhow, that looks like the old Hot Wheels. It does look like Hot Wheels. How cool is that? That is crazy. An SS, so that's a Chevelle Super Sport Chevy. It's a photo op. Yes, it is. Warning: addiction, hazard, not for children under 16. That's funny. Anyhow, more murals on the side of the restaurant. I don't know what's on the back. These people are going to think I'm nuts walking around here, but I'm going to do it anyhow. So, this is a family restaurant. I wonder who's riding the motorcycle. You guys could only guess. Okay, could we say James Dean? Come down the line here. So Dwight, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Old Americana on the side of a building. So upon entering the building, you got this little Texaco bouncy ball machine, a really cool seat, a Harley Davidson, gorgeous, a gumball gas pump, gumball machine gas pump, and the Blues Brothers. Pretty wild. So that's your entrance to this restaurant. I already like it, and happy St. Patrick's Day since it's the same weekend. This is the checkout counter, which I think is really wild. And then they have a whole host of merch you can buy. T-shirts, hats, which I'm going to come out of here with a hat. It'll drive my wife nuts. I own hats of all sorts from all over the place. But yeah, tons of merch. Lapel pins, stickers, all sorts of merch in here. Magnets. Looks like maybe some postcards. This tiny little gas station. Pretty neat. Well, so this is what I'm dealing with, and this is what I think I'm going to be getting. The old tilapia. And we'll see what kind of size I have to go with that. Hopefully some fresh veg. To be respectful to all the guests in the restaurant, I'm going to make sure that I don't have anybody in, but they painted a mural starting in Illinois, Dwight, Illinois, all the way around the restaurant as a border. Each state, Missouri, Kansas, and Oklahoma, and really what's on this, from what I can tell, and again, all the way around the restaurant, what I can tell, what I'm seeing is each state and all the roadside attractions that you'll find on Route 66. And the reason I can say that, fairly reasonable I can say that, is recently I saw a vlog that had the Blue Whale on it. Pretty interesting. Two sides, which came out early. One's a salad, kind of a house salad with some sort of dressing over there, which I won't put on it. And then the soup, the homemade soup, which I'll probably eat a third of because it looks like there's some sort of a pasta in it. I'm not going to overcarb it. So anyhow, those are my two sides, and I did get the cod, not the tilapia. So I will be having cod tonight. And there's dinner. A vegetable melody and a cod, a baked cod. We'll see how it goes. And a lemon. And I think that's probably tartar sauce. But we'll dig in. I'll report back on what I thought. Just finished eating at the old family, or old Route 66 family restaurant. Pretty good review. The cod was absolutely fresh. The veg was probably not as fresh as I'd hoped it could be. The salad was decent. Iceberg, wish that had been romaine. Not a food review, but soup was excellent. Ate about half of that. Cob was great. Salad was fresh. The veg was, like I said, not maybe as fresh as I'd hoped. It was a vegetable medley. I think of the frozen variety. But anyhow, really good food. I think I did pretty well tonight. Did not touch the tartar sauce. Used my lemon and water on the table. So 2 cups of water, and so it's probably not as difficult to eat well on the road as I expected. But I'm usually a burger guy, and so it's just changing the habits. And I'm glad that you've been here with me. And sorry about the nostalgia stuff, and not really sorry about it. I'm glad I could throw some of the nostalgia stuff in of the old Mother Road and Route 66. Again, I know this year is, if you're into that type of stuff, I am. It's 250 year anniversary of the United States of America. I know there are a lot of people running 66 from Chicago to California and also in reverse. But anyhow, if you're into that, I'll be looking out for people who would be doing that. I couldn't tell you who's doing that at this point in time, but there'll be a few. Have a good evening. We'll see you tomorrow again. Today was 104 and 104 days to my Doors wedding.